Hi there, my name is Jorge. This is my final project for um, from business application. Okay, well, I choose to build a spreadsheet that will help me to some specific task in my job. Um, I work for a metal packaging factory in a research and development department. Uh, as some specific functions or responsibilities from a job is to validate functionality from of some raw materials, including coils, tin coils, also some coatings and other chemical components that will be part of the cans that will contain food for food packaging. I have here an example. This is a technical data sheet of a specific coating, an internal Bepani coating that will go in the inside of the can and that will be in contact with the tuna, with the food, or it could be vegetables or other type of food. Okay, these have some technical information in order to the application process on the production facility. So there are some parameters that must be must be applied. As an example, we have solid percentage, viscosity, weight, specific weight, and other parameters. Okay, there are also some temperature for curing the coating and some specific time that it must be accomplished. Okay, so I did first a data sheet in which I include a coding commercial name. In our factory, we use almost 60 to 70 different types of coding from different suppliers, and each one have a specific characteristic that will be used and according to the type of product. Sorry, just from my job. Okay. Each each type of coding will be used depending of the type of product. Tuna, vegetables, meat, and other also pet food. Okay, so they have different characteristics. It also have different resins that will give the chemical resistance of the coating that will be in contact with the food, type of food. We have here for a color, some are gold, white, also white, gold, and with no color. There are we apply coatings in sheets, metallic sheets, in both sides, external and internal side. Internal side we have contact with the food. Okay, we have here a scrap, a projected scrap that is 15%. That is the reason why you multiply the L2 times 1.15 is the expected scrap that will be applied for when we apply coding on the production facility. We have here also the nominal density. These are some transformations. Okay, we also have here the dry weight and the wet weight. Okay, this is important because when the quality assurance department control the production, the parameters that must be fulfilled, they control in dry. But if you want to know how much of a coating you need to apply, you need to calculate on wet, and it will depend of the area that you are going to apply. In this case, the area of the sheet, and also the percentage of solid of each coating, in order to know how much you need to apply. Okay, here in this case we have the height and the length for each sheet. In order to those are metallic sheets. I have here a photo. Here are these that comes from a coil and that are cut into sheets. Okay, and then after cutting, you need to varnish, to apply coating on these sheets, in these tin plate sheets. Okay, and here we have the calculations for knowing how much coating you need to apply, and we normally use a base of 1000 sheets. Okay, so after constructing this data sheet with different type of coatings and all the data that I need in order to calculate the amount of coating I need to apply, I made a dashboard. The company that I work for, it's called Faresa. It's a metal packaging factory. We purchase raw material, in this case the coil, and the coatings and other raw materials, and we produce the easy open end lids, the 2 pieces can and 3 pieces weld bodies are like this with no product. We will deliver to our final customers, and they fill with each type of food. Okay, so in this dashboard we have here a list that we can select different type of coding. Here we have message, coding names, select a coding from a list. Those are the codings that we have here on the data sheet. So in this case, as we have learned in this course, I set a name to this range of cells, and then in data validation, I choose the source, the range of cells. Okay, I also put a message in order to guide the user. Okay, in this case it's me. So then I need to select whatever coding I want to know how much to apply. Okay, so automatically using the VLOOKUP function, it will bring me all this data: the resin type, the application site, the density, the wet weight, the maximum dry weight, and solid percentage. Okay, this automatically, as we have learned, using the VLOOKUP function, you can bring data from another sheet. In this case, this is the lookup value. It looks the table array from data sheet, and this is the number of columns in which that will bring the data, and it's an exact match. Okay. In this second part, we have the consumption for sheet. This is in yellow because it's an input cell, and those are in green because are outputs. Okay, in this case, 142 is my BYUI number, so I choose it for calculations. We are here setting the area for application. In this case is the thin sheet height and length. So you enter into millimeters. In this case is an example, 142 height and 926.8 millimeters for length. Okay, what this application area calculates, this turn into meters because what we calculate in grams over meters, square meters. Okay, we have here also expected scrap. This is 15%, and then this gives me my coating consumption in a base of 1,000 sheets. If I change and with another coating, look, this is automatically. So you don't need to look up each cell and type. No, you can do it in this dashboard. I have here also some charts that shows me in this case, for example, the solid percentage per coating resin, also the coating dry weight per coating name, and the wet weight in order to use for my consumption. I put some slicers also. We have learned from the pivot table you insert the chart, and also then in analyze you insert slicer. All the slicers have the connections from pivot table for dashboard sheet, so you can manage here. I select resin and coating commercial name in order to analyze data from the pivot tables and also the chart. So in this case, the final user, in this case it's me, this will be a helpful tool for my job, from a specific task, in this case from calculating the consumption of the coating for each sheet. And I can also do something very similar in order to calculate how much tin coil I will use in order to know how much sheets coil tin plate sheets will I need to cut. For example, if these have like 7 tons, how much sheets I will get if I cut those 7 tons. So this dashboard, the pivot tables, and the charts are very useful tools that would help me to do things quickly, and also in a reliable way. So that's my final project, and I hope this is fine. It's very useful for me. Thanks.